Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Inner Light Ministries and our weekly virtual offering. I'm Rev D, Reverend Deborah Johnson. And as always, am just so delighted to be able to spend this time together. Let's just take a breath, huh? Life is in session. Okay? It is not a spectator sport. And we come here to live life more deliberately, more consciously, more lovingly. So, whatever it is that's on your heart or on your mind, anything that might be vying for your attention, I'm going to ask you to just keep taking deep breaths and give yourself full permission to be present right now. Okay? Everything, it'll wait, it'll be there. It'll be there. So even if you're doing other things while you're watching this, if you are at all able to, I'm going to ask you to just stop and give it your full attention. Okay. The giving it your full attention is not to say that everything that's happening here is just like so important. You got to tune everything else out. It's to say that your capacity to tune out all of the other things opens you up to be able to hear things. It opens you up to be able to connect, to hear not just what's being said here, but to hear. To hear. We're on automatic pilot so much that we're just, going around, going around. But it's in the full presence that we're able to really feel the divine, to feel it. Okay. So give yourself that gift of the spaciousness of being able to feel the divine. Yeah. We're going to go over the Inner Light purpose statement as an invocation of sorts, a touchstone grounding for us. It'll appear on your screen. Inner Light is an open, diverse, inclusive community of individuals and organizations dedicated to spiritual transformation. We provide tools for activating higher possibilities by applying universal spiritual principles to all circumstances. Our aim is personal and global healing through the omni-faith energy of love and the revealing of our own inner light. Promoting life's sacred interconnectedness, we embody spiritual oneness, appreciate individualized expressions, and honor all paths that lead to spiritual truth, justice, and ecological regeneration. Just breathe that in. Okay. And that speaks not just of the collective body, but each of us individually, where we commit our lives to healing, to growth, to transformation, to applying universal spiritual principles to all of the circumstances in our life, to embodying the spiritual oneness, all of it. Okay. It's about us. It's not doctrine. It's not dogma. It's not a creed. It's life. And a commitment that we make to life, to show up in our fullness wherever it is that you are. at the end, we'll see our inner light motto of take this consciousness and multiply it. And that's not just a slogan. I mean, we really mean it. That whatever it is that you're getting here, to multiply it, to let it germinate within you, take root in you, first the roots and then the fruits, so it can spring forth, and also to spread it, okay, to share it, not in some kind of proselytizing way where it's forcing something upon people. But folks are hungry. They really are. They're hungry for something solid. They're hungry for truth. They're hungry for something that can uplift them. So we're always we're always impacting one another. So instead of siphoning off energy, why don't we uplift each other? I'm just saying. So one of these ways that we uplift each other, is put your own mask on first. Okay, put your own mask on first. There are affirmative activations that we do every week. They are principles and precepts, perspectives, they're practices, they're ways for us to recalibrate so that we retune our energy in with alignment with highest spiritual possibilities. That's where we go with it. So if you are able to, I want to invite you as they come on your screen to say them with me. Today, we're talking about how we're all from the same source. There's only one power and one presence in the universe. In it, I live and move and have my being. I am part of the interconnectedness of life. There's only one heartbeat around the world. We all breathe the same air and are animated by the same spirit. We each draw from the same wellspring of being. My existence is sourced from the same place as yours. All lives are richer when more are fulfilled. I am inspired by your victories and empathize with your pain. Let us make of our lives a beacon for our collective journey home. Let those sink in for a moment. Notice if there's something that you just immediately resonate with. Like, yeah, like there's only one power and presence in the universe. There's only one heartbeat around the world. My existence is sourced from the same place as yours. And then notice, is there something that might be calling you up a little bit? Calling you up. Like, I'm inspired by your victories and empathize with your pain. There's something that is aspirational here. You go, yeah, that I want to get to there. I want to get to there. Let us make of our lives a beacon of our collective journey home. Yeah, that's where I want to be. May not be feeling all that now, but that's where I want to be. So we introduce you to the affirmations here to whet your appetite a little bit. This exposes you to them so you know that they're there, but they get their power by the repetition, the degree to which we allow it to really sink in our consciousness. So I invite you to find a way to keep it fresh before you. You might want to take a screenshot. If you're on a computer, maybe you want to get your phone and take a photo so you have it with you. It's on our website. You can come back to YouTube, to the archives, and pick it up there. Whatever you need to do to make sure that it's accessible to you, I want to encourage you to do that. Let's take a breath. And to further help cultivate our consciousness, I invite us to just settle in for a moment. There's a video that we're going to play from a group called Empty Hands, featuring Nemo Patel and a few other rap artists. It's called We the People.
From the day that we were born, Mom hugged us with warmth, and we grew because we knew we had all your support. From the fams to the friends, your love was medicine, keep giving us the strength to rise when we would sin, and the knowledge that we gained through every single mistake. But you never backed down through this, you taught me faith. Every single one of you, through being you, you do find a way to spread love and truth through me and you. And it's because of you I grew, because of you I flew, because of you I made it through without residue. Because of you we all have a home to come to. You're a blessing to us all, so keep just being you. To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, you're my truth. To my people, yeah, you're everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold. Yeah.
First I thank the universe, the infinite, the all, Kaja, Allah, whatever name you call. Then I thank the ancestors, yes, our predecessors, the wisdom and the knowledge that they passed, only bless us. Shot the Marcus Garvey, MLK, Malcolm Gandhi, Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Tupac, they remind me the power of the pen, the music and the voice. Everything they've done let me know I have a choice. Down from my people, mom, pop, sister, brother, best friend, acquaintance, lover, co-worker, even if I don't know you, on the good that you do, helps to see my way through surface space, make you share it on the good. To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, you're my truth. To my people, yeah, you're everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold.
When I close my eyes, I always see learning souls who walk with me. They're taught to laugh, they're taught to love. You go to hug when push comes to shove. Turn the cheek, forgive, walk away. Tomorrow is another day. Life is short, helping hands, they say, are holier than the ones who pray.
To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, you're my truth. To my people, yeah, you're everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold. To my people, yeah, you're my soul, you're my roots, you're my family, my life, you're my truth. To my people, yeah, you're everybody, every being, every life, every moment, everything. To my people, yeah, you're my God, you're my soul, you're the one that pushes me to help me grow. To my people, yeah, I bow down to your heart of gold. To my people.
To my people. Yeah, just breathe that in a moment. It's such a joyous celebration of life, of us as people, the international field, the interracial field, the intergenerational field that so much is captured in that video, and I think it's just a perfect kind of kickoff to set the stage for us to talk about how we are all from the same source, all from the same source. Increasingly, there's more and more identity politics going on, where people have different ideological perspectives, certain sociodemographic, profiles, and folks are clustering with their like kind. And there's nothing wrong with that. I actually encourage that because I think there's something about remembering heritage and celebration and kinship and commonality that's very healing. We don't need to go alone. Okay? What we need to be careful, though, is isolating. We need to be careful of the support and the nurturance of our own groups to the exclusion of others, or that sense that somehow or another the value that I place on my group actually makes my group more valuable than others. You may be going like, well, duh, like that's a no-brainer. But if it's such a no-brainer, why doesn't the world reflect that? Just saying. That these things that I'm saying now that seem so implicit to probably most of you that are listening here, that it's like, well, why do we even need to talk about it? Why is it that we even need to say it? Because it's not. This idea of being global community and all of us having equal value, that concept itself is being not only fought, but completely denied in the context of our current administration. And literally reorganizing everything from our institutions, our strategic relationships, the way that we fund, whom we fund, our relationship to democracy, the rule of law, our support. I mean, like on and on and on, where the country and therefore like the world is attempting to be reshaped and reorganized around the idea of domination, of supremacy and superiority, that there are certain groups or people that mean more than others. So because they have more value, they deserve the protections, they deserve the deference, they deserve the opportunities, the financial upliftment, they deserve the public affirmation, and on and on. And that ones who are not like that don't. It's not passive. Okay? This isn't just like some fleeting thought But the domination and hence subjugation of other people is becoming institutionalized and our norm. That's the point of it. So we just did all these protests. No king protest. 7 million people, just like here in the United States. You know, I was one of them. Probably some of you, you know, as well, you know, were out there in the streets. And I think it's wonderful. And it's wonderful to draw the line and to make it really plain. We're not going to stand for this. Okay. An authoritarian rule takeover? No, not on our watch. What we have to be equally explicit about is what I'm talking about now, where we need to rally just as much around being one planet, being one people, the sharing, the caring, the empathy, the equality, the justice, the equal opportunity. Like all of these things we cannot take for granted. We cannot take it for granted. You know, I don't like to use military or war imagery that much, but you know, every now and then I think it's appropriate. There's a battle going on. A battle is like a conflict between what appear to be opposing sides. In reality, it doesn't exist in the sense of there's only the divine, and it is never divided against itself. It's never in competition or in contradiction with itself. No, not lie. It's humans. It's human beings that don't know their connectedness to the divine. They don't know that. Okay. And because they don't know it, because they don't feel it, they can't feel that sense of divine connectedness to everybody else. There's a false notion of a hierarchy, of a pecking order, and that somehow or another God has ordained certain people to rule the world, to control its resources. And everybody else in it is just like a penny into them. No, that's not the natural order of the universe. Each and every person has capacity. Each and every person has dreams and desires, capabilities, value, purpose, meaning, talents, skills, gifts, wisdom, intelligence. Every single person. Why? Because we're all from the same source. Listen to what I'm saying. It doesn't come from the government. It doesn't come from your culture or your heritage. These things that I'm saying that each and every one of us are imbued with, we are imbued with it because we come from the same source. Think of it like a DNA. Okay, you can't physically be anything that your parents are not. because you're getting all your DNA through them, your physical DNA through them. Well, it's the same thing. Okay. You can't be anything that our Creator is not. That's our spiritual DNA. Period. And it's kind of like biological siblings. Like it or not. Okay. They're your siblings. Okay. Like it or not. There's a good chance you bear some physical resemblance. Okay. Like it or not. You have the same heredity. Like it or not. Okay. I'm not saying that you have to personally, in a affectionate kind of way, have to like everybody. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that we get in just as much dysfunction on a global collective level as we do in a family level when you have family members that are disowning each other, who are acting like they aren't related in any kind of way, that are denying the existence of their siblings, or other people that they are related to. When you've got families that are doing that, they're not thriving. Okay? I don't care how much money they may have. They're not healthy. They're into destructive behaviors. They're not flourishing. The chi isn't there. There's not joy. There's not peace. It's not happening. Okay? Because whatever you're doing in that little family dysfunction, you're exporting out into the world. Okay? So the lack of resolve you have with your mother, you take into your marriage. Okay? The issues you have with your parental figures, you take into your places of employment. We get our pattern so early, so to speak. And it's the same thing with the spiritually. Okay? If we are doing all of those same kind of things to each other on the collective level, denying each other, cutting each other off, pretending like the other ones don't even exist, mistreating each other, having favorites, denigrating some, not supporting some more than others. If you're doing that in the collective, it's going to be just as dysfunctional as if it's going on in a family. We all are from the same source. Newsflash. You don't have your own anything. You don't. Okay? When you think, you are thinking with the mind of God. When you love, you are loving with the heart of God. You don't have your own anything. You're just using what's here, fashioning it perhaps after your own patterns, but it's not yours. You don't own it. You can't contain it. You can't box it up. You can't sell it. You can't borrow somebody else's. You don't take it with you. When you're alive, you're just given the pleasure of utilizing and letting the things that are already here flow through you. If you create a song, okay, that's not your music. You don't have your own music. There's music. Okay. You can use your creative ability to organize the chords and the notes and the harmonies and the blends and syncopation and all the rest of that kind of stuff, but you don't have your own music. If you're communicating, okay, I'm talking to you now. We can say, okay, well, these are my words that I'm sharing with you. You don't have your own words. You don't have your own language. You're using what's here. The love, you're using what's here. And you're sharing it. Like it or not, you're sharing it. I think COVID really, really, really brought this home. Okay? The universe don't care. All right? It doesn't care about your so-called borders and identities. The air doesn't care. The water doesn't care. Math, science doesn't care. Disease doesn't care. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And we had this moment, for better or for worse, of really having to come to grips with the fact we share the air. We share the air. And because we share the air, there's always this exchange that's going on back and forth between us. We're sharing the air. So it isn't just like a pizza where you cut it up in slices and you're sharing the pizza, like I've got my slice and you have your slice. We're eating the same pizza, but our own slices. We're exchanging. Okay. So the air that I breathe has already been breathed. We're taking in and we're letting out. We're taking in and we're letting out. And we're constantly sharing that. And as in COVID, it became really clear, that idea of being asymptomatic. You didn't even know if you had the virus or not. So people were wearing masks, not simply so that they wouldn't contact it, but that they wouldn't inadvertently spread it. Because their breath could wind up hurting somebody else that's more vulnerable. Consciousness is the same way. We're all breathing in each other's consciousness. We're breathing in each other's ideas and the things that we're putting out there. Okay. And just like you can pollute the air with smoke, you can pollute the air with negative consciousness. You don't have your own air. You don't. And we need to be really mindful of what we're putting out there for other people to breathe. Just as in with COVID, you may be asymptomatic, but what you're putting out there is harming other people. You may feel like you're immune to the racism, the sexism, the xenophobia, or like whatever like that stuff is that's out there. You may not personally feel like it's impacting you. Okay. But the things that you say and feel and think and whatnot wind up impacting everybody else. We're all from the same source. I know that everybody has to do their self-care. There are different propensities. There are different tolerance levels for everything. I'm not saying that we have to all be alike. But I am asking you to make certain that your efforts to stay sane, to protect yourself, to not feel overwhelmed by all of the chaos and the confusion and the things that are going on, I'm asking to make sure that as you're doing that, that you are not inadvertently, okay, without your conscious recognition, actually adding fuel to the flames of the divisiveness. Listen to what I'm saying. You know, when I talked about the families just a moment ago, of like that tuning out, like this person doesn't exist. Are you doing that? Are you taking whole swaths of the population that you don't like, that you disagree with, you know, that you're afraid of or whatever, and so tuning them out that there's a way in which they cease to exist for you, where they're no longer under your loving care, empathy, and concern. I'm talking about some heavy lifting here. Okay? Because the problem that we have isn't who's excluded, who's tuned out, you know, who doesn't get the deference. It's not about the who, it's about the fact that it's happening at all. The fact that it's happening at all. It's just like judgment. Judgment begets judgment. If you're judging the people judging you, that's just more judgment. If you are dismissing as irrelevant, less than, not equal to you. Come on now. That supremacy stuff, we got to watch that. Because that's not just for the elites. There's a way that we look down on people sometimes. You know, I've been a diversity trainer for many, many years. And this is a real issue. This is a real issue. And I'm forever calling out my ministerial colleagues on this. Okay, I'm just saying. There's a haughtiness, sometimes there's an arrogance that metaphysicians get, you know, people in, you know, New Thought, in the oneness cultures, like looking down their nose at other groups, considering them to be more Neanderthal, you know, or less than. It's this kind of stuff that's fueling a lot of the identity politics drama that we've got going on now between red and blue. Each one looking down their nose at the other. And so the other is more primitive. Even if they conceive themselves to be elitist. Somehow or another, they're just this existential threat. Take a breath. Take a breath. Are you praying for these folks? Not just about them. Are you praying for them? Not just about them. Okay, what are your prayers? Are your prayers protection from them? Are your prayers about wanting the relief when the tables can be flipped and they're the ones marginalized, where you can put them into obscurity where you think they belong? Just saying. Or do you really pray for the unification? Do you keep the light on? Do you keep the light on? You know, sometimes there's tough love. Okay, I'm not asking you to be codependent. I'm not asking you to, let all the dysfunction and whatnot, up in your house. But you keep the light on for people to make their way back home. Okay, don't stop believing in them. Don't stop believing, because this becomes our problem. The lack of belief that we're having in each other. And it doesn't matter who's doing the disbelieving. The fact that it's happening at all makes it multiply. It makes it multiply. You may say, well, I may have a really hard time feeling any sort of kinship with folks. Okay, fine. I'm not asking you to have the emotional fondness feeling. What I'm saying is, in your mind, don't disconnect, because you can't disconnect in the particular. Listen to what I'm saying. The more that you demonize and you disconnect from other people, the more disconnected you become with your God. The more disconnected you become with your source. The only way that you can disconnect is to shut down. Is to shut down your love. You can't parcel it out. You can't ration it out. The only way you can do that is to shut down. And when you shut down, you're less available. It's true on the collective level, just like it's true on the individual level. And you know what I'm saying is true. The more animosity that you carry, the less connected you feel with the divine. I don't care whether it's animosity that you even feel about your own self. In judgment of your own self. It doesn't matter. It's that energy that's got to be healed. So I invite you. I invite you to the journey of oneness. I invite you to the journey of we're all from the same source. We're all valuable. We're from the same source as the earth. We've got all the minerals and stuff within us. We say Adam, but it's Adam. Just look it up. It means reddish brown color, like the clay, like the earth. Adam is earth being from the Adamah. Just look it up. Adamah. The Adamah is like the earth. We come from it, we go back into it. We're all from the same source. And the more that you recognize that, the less likely you are to try to distance, to separate, to bring harm to, or lack empathy for. It's not for everybody else that I'm asking you to do this. Yes, they will benefit, but I'm asking you to do it for you. So that you can be the powerful spiritual being that you are. And the rest of us get the gravy. We get to be blessed by your spiritual power. Kind of a win-win for everybody, I think. Let's turn within. How great thou art. Mother, Father, God, Holy Spirit, how great thou art. I am in awe. I'm in awe of the majesty. Wonders to behold. Nothing too great for you to accomplish, and no detail too small for your attention. Boggles the mind. And I say thank you. Thank you for this wisdom, for the order of the universe that I allow to be the drum major of my soul. I get in step. No longer trying to go it on my own. Oh, no, no, no. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I speak a prayer of gratitude Gratitude for blessings too numerous to even count. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto us, and great is ours. There's a oneness here. We are expressions of the divine. It's not out there, it's who we be. In this moment right now, we bless all the expressions of the divine. I give thanks for all of the elements. I give thanks for the fires and the waters and the air and the earth, the ethers. Give thanks for all the wisdom of all the directions, the north and the south and the east and the west, the inner, the outer, the upper. The underneath and below. I give thanks in this moment for divine order and right action that is expressing itself everywhere, all over the world. Peace. Be still. Peace, be still. I pray for divine protection for each and every person, that they have the freedom to live their lives. Free of war, free of bondage, of intimidation, free of starvation. There's absolutely no need for any of that, because we live in a world where there's enough. It's not a supply problem, it's a distribution problem. And I pray in this moment that our hearts are kind and generous for everything to get to where it needs to be. Not because it's earned, but because it's grace. It's grace. And we all share whatever that is that we have. In this moment right now, I say thank you for being all needs met. Thank you for being healing of the body temple, for being health. Thank you for being financial sustenance. Thank you for being environmental sustainability. Thank you for being clean air and water, divine right housing, divine right transportation, divine right health care, community, opportunities, courage and strength, guidance, direction. Thank you for being peace and prosperity. All of it. And then some. It's good. We get out of the way and allow God to be God. We let that be. We invite you to send your prayer request. You don't have to go it alone. Scrolling across your screen now are ways in which you can reach our prayer ministry. These are individuals who've trained literally for years to be able to look beyond the appearances, to speak the word, to use the alchemy process of the divine to transform and to transmute, because matter is neither created nor destroyed. It only changes form. Allow us to help you to manifest in your life. You can give us a call at 831-465-9090 at extension 254. You can send us an email, the number 4 and the word prayer at innerlightministries.com. We're there. Let us hold the watch with you. Thank you. We take that breath. Take that breath. There's so much that's going on. There's so much that's going on in the world right now. And so many that have been impacted in so many different kinds of ways. I remind you that we have a food bank. Our food bank we do now at Santa Cruz Bible. It's every Thursday at noon. We do it farmers market style, so you can pick up whatever it is that you need, fresh produce, fruits, vegetables, canned goods. And I keep reiterating, and I really mean it, pick up, go. Even if you don't need it, pick it up and help be a place of distribution. We live in farm country in Santa Cruz, and so many people there are immigrants, undocumented, and they are scared. Even the ones that, even people who are American and citizens are scared to death because of all of this othering and the activities of ICE that are going on. Okay? And you don't have to get out there in the streets and protest if you don't want to, but an act of resistance, you can share some food. Okay? You can spread some food. You can do that. Or people who are losing their jobs or getting their programs cut, you can do that. The money doesn't have to come out your pocket, but you can help distribute. And I invite you to do that. Okay. And at the end of this, you'll also see a post. I also invite you to a metaphysical Bible interpretation series that I'm doing. And you can sign up for either workshop or both. If you can't participate in person, you get the recordings and the materials. And it is just an opportunity for us to raise our consciousness and keep going a little bit deeper. Whether you friends with the Bible or not friends or don't know anything about it or not, it's okay. All are welcome. It's a way for us to remember that we're all from the same source. And remembering that we're all from the same source in the way in which we share that, I say thank you now as we go into our time of conscious contribution, the givingness of God. You can't outgive God no matter how much we try. There are different ways in which you can make a contribution. They're coming on your screen now. Every nickel, dollar, and dime goes towards our programming, goes towards helping to spread the word of this power and this peace that is ours, to help give people transformative tools to keep calling each other up to higher places in consciousness. You see there's a QR code there. You can use a mobile device if you'd like to do that. It will allow you to use PayPal, any debit credit card. You can use any debit credit card with your text to give as well. If you prefer Zelle, Venmo, the handle is accounting@innerlightministries.com. You might prefer Cash App, $ Inner Light Ministries. All of those have recurring options that I really encourage you to consider. It makes a world of difference for us and our ability to keep being available. Yes. If you're at the website, there's a donate button that's right there, or you might even prefer to mail in to P.O. Box 1029, SoCal, California, 95073. And regardless of the methodology and regardless of where this is circulating from, it's all coming from the one source, resourcing itself. And we bless these resources, knowing that our every act produces abundance. We dare to give freely unto the truth that sets us free. We release these gifts, knowing that they return to us a thousandfold. Yes, they return. Your generosity returns to you. So thank you for spending this moment of recalibration with us. We invite you to share this, to like us on YouTube, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, come back to the affirmative activations on our website or on the YouTube channel, to just keep spreading the word. And you know our motto, take this consciousness and multiply it. See you next time.